Hey everybody, it says we're live. Don't get shy, worm. Don't get shy. Hey Ed, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Bob. It's been a nice, relaxing day.
It has been. I've enjoyed it. I've done nothing but, well, I did go to the Ark and take care of the dogs and cats this morning. But after that, I've been able to go around to fish stores and so forth.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I was at Rob's at Aquatic Aesthetics and did a live video and posted that. Bought some supplies and fish. And then I went over to Ethan's. Um, hmm, what is it? Fish Mania. And
Yeah, Fish Mania. During my live stream yesterday, I went right up to his booth, put my camera right on Fish Mania, and said, "This is Aquatic Marine." And Ethan's standing right there.
that's funny. They were moving all the supplies up front. Well, I told you that, but I didn't tell the chat. They were moving everything to put new flooring down, and so he said he was going to come on and talk about the 700-gallon. I hadn't seen it since they had it stocked. Oh, that's nice.
That's
That's a
awesome.
huge tank. Thing is huge. Hey
I
Sam.
haven't seen it yet either. I need to see it.
Oh man, it's you think you could imagine how big it is, but they have it up at eye level, and it's just they. He said it was mainly for fish that got too big and people brought back, and there's some big fish in it, but it's still got tons of room.
So,
And
are you gonna take a? You should take your Pacus there.
he didn't say anything about it, but that would be an improvement for them. But I think I think I'm still okay, like they're going to be okay where they are for now. There's Pam sitting out in the sunset
She sure is. That's pretty.
in front of her TP. Hey Pam,
Hello.
how are you doing?
Oh, okay.
Good. Did your weather settle down there?
Um, we got another thunderstorm rolling in right now. Our nightly thunderstorm. The wind's starting to pick up.
Pam's like the unofficial
Yesterday the
weather lady.
power went off for a while, but so far today it's been okay.
Are you going to try to stream tonight since you couldn't last
Yeah,
night?
I am. I'm gonna try to stream tonight. After this is over, I'll probably get it set up and send you guys the link.
The usual time?
Huh?
The usual time?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. I've been hankering to do some art, so hopefully people will. I hope Blackie and Sarah can come. Ed, can you come?
Yeah, I need to make a third black. Not a black, but a batfish.
Oh,
Nice.
So hopefully third will be a charm.
okay.
I don't know where I put the last one. It disappeared.
Uh-oh. Hey, Dusty.
But I also need to put a coat of glaze on this discus,
All right.
and it's going to go into the show. I've got a whole bunch of things I got to work on for the Clash. So
When is the clash?
it's in a month from now.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's on the 22nd. And
Yeah,
let's see what today's date is.
that sounds right.
21st. So yeah, it's in a month.
Mm-hmm.
Not much time left, but I can get it done.
Well, maybe you can do that part tonight. Get that done. If it
Yep.
works out.
I also have to paint my pleco also. And then get that rolling. But you know, why don't we keep talking about the show yesterday?
Oh yeah. Well, I was
We had a swap.
yeah, that swap meet, and that's our thumbnail. What I could reduce and get in there, but when you said discus, that made me think that was kind of what we were supposed to talk about. And I got
Oh,
four
that's
discus.
right.
I got four discus juveniles for $50, and they're the turquoise and red. and one of them didn't make it, which didn't surprise me. It was gone before I went to bed, and one I
Well,
couldn't
that's too
find,
bad. But
and when I
discus, once they get settled in, they should do pretty good for you, though.
well, one I can't find, and the other two are in there, but I haven't seen them eat. I just feed once a day of that. That they didn't eat last night, but they're still upright and moving around. They're kind of staying hidden in the tall grass, so to speak. So, and I did go ahead and add them without quarantining them because um, that was the most stable tank I think for them. So, and I didn't have a quarantine set up, so I just went ahead and put them in there. I checked the water parameters, and they were almost perfect for them. So, let's see, feeding not tonight, so I should be able to make Pam stream. Also, okay, cool. You could feed on Pam's stream and get her demonetized. That'll be exciting, Jenny Lynn. Yeah, you could feed on there, Jenny Lynn. Ed, you have me really wanting to try the Sculpty Creations. Yours always looks awesome.
Well, thank you.
Right.
That you can buy a pound for $6 at Walmart.
Yeah, and you can join Ed and us on Pam's, and do some sculpting. There you go. But anyway, yeah, I thought the thing was just awesome yesterday. I was very excited when I got there to see what the turnout. There was no place to park, and so I thought you got a 4x4, and I pulled off in the kudzu over in the field, and it was no match for my big truck. So that's where I parked, and it was just so well laid out, and there was plenty of room, and I don't know that I've ever been to. Uh, I've been to bigger things, but I don't know if I've been to anything that was just so well administered. And I just was really, really. Ethan did an amazing job on that.
They had 45 vendors
Yep,
for a free swap. They didn't even charge $1 to come in.
yep.
So that was pretty cool. It's a coffee shop, and it's where we have our meetings. And every time they say that, I just go, I'm not going to a coffee shop somewhere in the middle of Chattanooga where everybody's going to sit on two tables, But that place was huge. I mean, it was like
It is huge.
huge, like an auditorium, but not quite an auditorium, but like a gymnasium, huge, but nice and fancy.
And then it
And
had side areas
yeah,
too.
you had a big private room, and they said that's where they have their meetings. And it's like, well, and there were couches in there, so I'm gonna go.
Yeah, lay down in
But their
there.
drinks were expensive.
Yeah.
Did you see how much they charge for their drinks?
No, because I ended up not getting anything. I went to out to get cash. I went without cash, thinking this will be like a Repticon or something, and the vendors will have their credit card, little apps that they can hook
Oh,
on
but it
their
was more
phone.
like a garage sale.
Yeah, but nobody did. But people had PayPal, they had Venmo, but they didn't have PayPal. I finally got three different kinds of plants, and most of those are for Monica Lynn. I'm gonna see what she's got that she don't have and send her some because we were been doing a plant swap forever, and I haven't sent her what I owe her. But anyway, I said I'm gonna go get some cash, and somebody told me where the ATM was a block away, and I thought I may lose my spot in the kudzu, but I'm not going to walk in this heat. So I couldn't find it. So I went to Walmart and got a soda for two something and then got $100 cash. Ed, it gave me fives and ones. My
Like
$100.
fives and ones?
Fives and ones. So I had to
Never
go
heard
pay.
of an ATM giving that.
Well, it was the Walmart cash, cash register, but I had to pay the man in fives and ones $50, and we had to count it three times because the money was like just printed. It was sticking together. But
That's
I
like
got the biscuits.
you went to a strip club or something.
Right? Yeah,
Change. That's so crazy.
but I don't know, like five or six kinds of plants and those discus. Did you see those Metaframe aquariums that Lynn Sweeney had?
I didn't. She didn't have a price on them.
They were 75 each.
Okay.
which is really a good price on those. That brought back memories. Let me tell you, I remember how the button felt to turn the light off and on, and that was just like going back to 7 years old. I'll tell you.
Oh, it's too bad you didn't buy one.
I know, but I got the discus and stuff. Oh, Jenny Lynn, the discus, or one didn't make it. One's AWOL. It's missing, and the other two are creeping around in there. They look okay.
They're beautiful. They're a blue snakeskin discus with red. Here, I took photos.
Yeah, it's the turquoise and red. Hey, Jay
Well,
from the Philippines.
did you see that I took over behind you or behind that guy?
Behind what guy?
I took over the end of that like they have a stage up there for bands and stuff. And
Right. Oh, yeah.
I set up there. Well, maybe I didn't take a picture.
That was right behind where the discus was.
I got the babies. See, there they are.
Yeah, that's some of my fish there, probably.
Yeah, when I first went by, they were all laying on their sides.
Yeah, they said they do that. Rob told me that too. His and Tammy's booth was right beside the discus.
Well, behind the discus, I took over that area because I bought a 40 long fish tank.
Wow.
And then I put my rice fish in there too.
Very nice.
And what else did I put in there? I bought some jungle val for $5, and there was a ton of it in there. And I bought 2 bags of that. The 40 long, just because it's such a rarity. And I thought I was buying blue platinum rice fish, but it turns out I was buying just platinum rice fish. But oh well.
I bet they're pretty though.
Yeah, I bet they'll still be pretty. They have kind of I was looking at them on the internet, and they kind of have like a white line on their back. So they're prettier from above.
Yeah. Have you got the tank set up already?
No, I just put them in a 5-gallon tank right now, and I'm gonna figure out where to put them because I don't want to put them in the fish room where it's always warm.
Yeah.
Because they're Madakas and they like to be colder.
Right. Be careful, you'll have the Madaka Popo on you, Ed.
Uh-oh.
For that bucket. Yeah. Jenny Lynn said she saw a king snake at her local LFS. It was mostly white except for a few black scales. She had to walk away. Was it a king snake or yeah. Oh gosh. My recall has been awful, like for 3 weeks now.
Corn snake?
Thank you, Ed. Because they have what's the white ones with the scales? They're like $500 or $700.
Wow.
And I'm not paying that for a corn snake.
The only thing that wasn't a fish, I think, was those axolotls.
Did you see the prices?
Shrimp.
The prices she had on those axolotls. Oh my God! I started to set up an intermediate business and start shipping those out to people. They had it as a king snake. That's awesome. There are some white ones that have black on them, so for sure.
Well, I blew it, Bob. I wanted to do a live stream from there, and I had Rico, like he was going to read the questions that people were going to ask me and just feed it directly into my ear.
Yeah.
Well, I left my earphones at home, so I went over to that Walmart, and I walked over there because I didn't want to lose my parking spot either. And I bought a pair of earphones, and they're those Skull Candy, which every pair I've ever bought are Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Not these. They had to plug into your phone.
Oh gosh. That's awful. I
Yeah.
didn't know you were going. You could have rode with me.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, actually, I didn't see you until after I came back. I think. Did I see
Okay.
you in the parking lot?
I was just coming in the front, and you and Ethan came up and shook my hand.
Okay.
Yep.
I was probably walking to Walmart.
Yeah, I knew y'all were just wanting a photo op for the crowd, so I mean, I allowed it. The Codfather,
Yep.
right? Pam's going, oh, geez, it's getting deep in here.
People
But
were lining up to see Bob.
they were get my autograph, and I was signing any book they gave me. It didn't have to be any of mine, just any book they gave me. Since I haven't written any, I just said bring a book. Did you see that Carrie's got a new book out? Um,
I did. Yeah.
about guppies. I'm excited to get it.
Yeah, she let me read some of the chapters before she published it, just to see if I thought that she should add or subtract stuff.
Well, always said your phone doesn't have an auxiliary port.
Now I bought a pair of earphones that actually plug into the power cord or the power thing in this,
Yeah,
but it doesn't have a hole for a standard old-fashioned plug-in.
auxiliary. Hey, Craig.
Hey, Craig. Good day, Craig.
That's what Jenny said. Good day, Craig. Yeah, because Carrie has
Thank you.
like a bachelor's in science, so I'm sure that book's, excuse me, got some scientific knowledge to impart. I just love her anyway. They're such nice, nice people, her and Jesse.
Yeah, I want to
Hey,
get one
long
of
family.
those for sure.
Yep.
She let's see if I can do this. She sent me a link to her website, I think, as a text. Okay. It's on her sciencescaleaquatics.com. So if you go to sciencescaleaquatics.com, you can go to her page, and I guess she also is like selling some filters and things here too.
Yeah, she had merch on there because I got a hat a while back from her. And some plants and stuff, I think. I can't remember what all I got. It's been a while.
Oh, what she's done is she has an affiliate list through Amazon, and she's put it on her website. So if you like what she says about the particular thing, you can go on Amazon and then buy it.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to look up. I don't see the book yet.
Well, always got it posted out there. It's all about guppy fish and the ultimate care guide.
Yeah, there it is. That's awesome.
Yeah. I always love to shout out people in the fish fam. Larry D.
Super cool, Larry D.
He is super cool, and you know what makes him even cooler is that he's actually scheduled to be a guest on this very show. Yep. And I want to say it's the 27th. It's the 20 something. So it's coming right up.
So I guess maybe that's the week after the Clash, because I think the Clash is the 22nd, so that'd be a week after. Cool.
The Clash is in September.
Yeah.
That's the 27th of this month.
Oh, so it's next week.
Yep, I think so.
Awesome possum.
Yep. And then, hold on to your seat, on the 9th, I believe it's the 9th of next month, Ginger Graves
Oh, wow.
will do her debut live stream with us on here.
You know,
Yeah.
yesterday was also the first time I was ever early to a show. I
Yeah.
got there at 10:30 and the place was packed. I mean, I think the third row parking, there's 4 rows. But people were already shopping at 10:30. But I wanted to see about getting some of those G'dayids from
Yeah.
Mitchell, but he didn't bring any.
I didn't even see Mitchell.
Oh, he was the very first booth as you walk in.
I didn't see him. I probably walked by him several times, apparently. Yeah.
Oh, well.
But I did see a lot of people that I knew, from the club and from past events. So I didn't see him unless he spoke to me and I didn't hear him or I've forgotten.
I didn't see the Target lady, which I feel bad about. I wish I would have introduced myself to her at Target when she asked if I was Chattanooga Ed, and I said, yeah. And then I told her about the swap, and she said she wanted to go. But I feel bad I didn't say, hi, what's your name? I got to work on my people skills, people.
Right. Well, it's your name I'm dropping to get all these names like Larry D and Ginger Graves on here. So.
All right. Well,
See that?
I don't know. Larry's pretty cool, though.
And let's see.
Larry, I've been into making G.I. Joes.
Yeah.
This is the last G.I. Joe I just made.
Cool.
This guy has like 2 batteries and he shocks people.
I remember you doing that on Pam's.
Yeah. Having a lot of fun making these. I'm making the Dreadnoughts. Zartan's group. I don't know. Maybe he never liked G.I. Joe, but I did.
I did. I had one of the little ones, or like 8 or 9.
You had the big ones. Yeah, wanted one of those so bad growing up and never could find one.
I put it away when they made fun of me one time in grammar school. It was my turn to bat. I know y'all have heard this story 100 times. Unrequited child embarrassment. But it was my turn to bat. And I used to be a good slugger, and I could hit the ball far, and I could run fast. I was skinny, but I could hit it, and I could run the bases. But it was my turn to bat, and whatever the situation was, they were, looking forward to me batting. And I was sitting over, doing my G.I. Joe and blowing things up and all that. And
That's
I remember
awesome.
A guy named Mike Cocker said, he's playing with that doll. Oh, he's over there. And so after that, I never brought it to school again. I just played with it at home. He's over there playing with that doll. Kids are so mean. He's probably in jail now. I hope so.
Yeah. Or dead. Maybe he's been shot.
Maybe. With his mouth. For abusing other kids. Pam's on her OnlyFans page. How can you do OnlyFans and be on here at the same time, Pam?
I don't think she even heard you.
She didn't. She must be doing from the waist down.
That's funny.
Hey, Coro.
Well, I also bought some really pretty barbs yesterday, too.
I sauced those barbs, and I tried to get them away from you, but Rob wouldn't let me have them.
I'm thinking about putting them maybe in that 40. Let me see. I made a short today with them, and the short does not do them justice because they're so pretty, but they're
really
pretty much
are.
full grown. They're just a little not quite full grown, but their colors were really a lot more red than what you're seeing.
Yeah, they're darker than that, but still, those are gorgeous. You can tell.
Yep. But yeah, I said I want everyone in the tank.
There's a little post-it on there.
9.
Yeah, there's a post-it that said barbs on hold, and I said I was filming live, and I said I don't know if those are sick or what. And he came over and I said, are the barbs sick? And he said, no, they're on hold. Somebody bought them. And then I think he said, "Lo, Ed got them." And I said, Ed doesn't want those. That's the ones he said to say he changed his mind. And he was like, no, he didn't.
Yeah, I already paid for them. So, but yeah, I'm gonna pick them up on Friday because I got guppies in all my tanks in the fish room, and those things will just destroy any guppies I put them in with. So,
I'm sure.
tomorrow I'm gonna work in the fish room quite a bit. Today was a football day, hanging out with Dad, and then tomorrow I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take down about 5 or 6 tanks in the fish room and clean them out real good, and then reset it. So, like, I have a my back is really bad, guys. So I have a hard time working with the fish on the bottom level, and I never get to see them. Like, I've got these real pretty Dumbo green dragon guppies. They're just gorgeous. I never see them because all I do is feed them and I see them from the top because I never get down on my knees to look at them. So they're going to move up to the second tier. Every fish that is like an individual fish is going to be moving up to the second and top tiers. And then the bottom is just going to be all empty tanks, glass bottom tanks. And when I see fry, I'm going to put the fry from the guppies above into those tanks.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And that way I can just pull the guppies out when they grow big enough, or if there's nothing in there, I just can drain it and put new water in.
Right. Did Rob mention to you? I told him that I was converting the 2 big store tanks that I got from him, like you got, and the stand. And I told him I was taking the plexiglass tanks out of it. I already have one of them. The other one I'm going to do tonight, so I can set large tanks in them, turn them the other way, long ways, and put reptiles, my biggest reptiles in there, and use that room because I haven't had fish in those tanks. Those were some of the first ones I took down when I started taking tanks down. So he said, well, the 2 that are on his back wall where he has those, I call them Tetradon, but there's something else, something Don.
Oh no, he did have 2 Tetradons. 2 Tetras?
They're those
Exodons.
Tetradons.
Exodons.
Exodons, yeah. He's got 2 of them back there, one spot and the other one. I said, you need to flush that mean one. He said, I don't do that. And I said, well, it's going to kill the other one. And he said, that's just nature. But he did say that those 2 tanks on the back wall with the 4 compartments, like you have 2 and I have 2, he's going to take those down around Christmas. And I said, well, Ed can have first dibs. I'm going to tell him that if you hadn't. He said, no, I just thought about it because you were talking about yours. So he's going to have 2 more plus the stands. So I told him that I might want the stands, but I definitely didn't want the tanks. And I had tanks that was sitting around now.
Yeah, I don't need the stands. I need the tanks. But okay, I love those tanks. But they're also bad too, because basically I can only have one type of guppy in them. In all 4, because the fry can go from all the tanks.
Yeah.
But it's so weird because the duckweed won't. The duckweed stays. So like 1, I have duckweed in 2, and then there's 1 at the bottom that on the 2 on the other end are done. So it's like half of it's duckweed, but it's all the same tank.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah. One of mine that things don't go back and forth, and one of them it does real bad, like frying stuff. Plants could go back and forth, but one of them doesn't. I would have to fill each compartment. So
yeah,
well, maybe we can do a deal with him. Then I'll get the stands if you don't want them, and you get the tanks because I definitely don't want the tanks.
Yeah, I have to figure out what I do with them, but yeah, I can do something with them.
I'm just gonna put mine on a towel so that they don't get scratched, and stack them in the garage because I may want them in a year or 2 years for something else. They're nice tanks, 100 gallons each, 4 25-gallon compartments. That's nice.
Yeah, and I could probably put them in my breeding room and have some big master tanks to put because right now I have my 4 tubs in there where I'm keeping like colonies, and then I'm going to have 18 3-gallon tanks in there where I'm just going to be putting moms in and breeding, on each level. And I've thought about putting extra tanks in for grow out. So That might
Did you
work
say?
out good.
Did you say 3-gallon tanks?
Yeah.
They're gonna write. What is that? The Mansons wrote on the refrigerator, red rum. They're gonna write red rum on your door tonight. Be careful.
Well, they're not even real tanks.
Oh
They're
my God.
cookie containers, cookie jar containers for gosh, what are they called? Animal crackers. You can buy those 5 pounds of animal crackers for $5.33, and they're exactly 3 gallon.
Nice.
And so they just work perfect for just dropping one girl and one boy to get busy, and then you can pull the boy out and let her have some babies, and then pull her, and
Right.
that's how I'm going to work. And then I'll just keep that one boy going for a month, and then pull him out and put a new boy in, and just kind of do that. So that way I'm always trying to get the best DNA in the girls instead of colony DNA.
What guppies are you gonna breed in them?
Well, I'm going to do the Japanese blue tails. I'm going to do my Nebula Steel, and I'm going to do my platinum, my Redfin Dumbo Platinums. And then I haven't decided what the fourth one's going to be. So I think I might do the albino Platinums, but that's going to depend if I can get enough of them going.
Those tuxedos that Rob has in that back room are really nice, but there are no females.
Yeah, that's what I hate. It's like there was a guy at the swap yesterday, and he obviously just got a great deal on beautiful guppies and bought like 100 male guppies, and he was selling them. But what good is 100 male guppies if you got no girls?
Right.
That's
And
George,
that's
true.
what they do at all these stores.
what'd you say, Pam?
I said that's true. Males are no good without any females.
That's right.
That's a general life rule for
Well,
all living creatures.
sometimes people will sell, the unhit little female guppies, but you don't know what their genes are.
Yeah, they do that on purpose. They probably sell bags of hundreds of females and mix them all up when you want to get rid of them, and then it's just a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Now, 80% of your DNA is going to come from that boy, but the problem is that 20% can really mess a lot of stuff up. And then the female's also going to be bringing a lot of the fins. So she might bring the Dumbo always comes from the female side. The way the big tail is arranged comes a lot from the female. So you can really mess up a line instantly by putting the
Yeah.
wrong
You're right.
person in.
You're right. Hey, Daniel Velez. Howdy.
But it's a lot of fun to try to also get from one point to another point too. And with how I'm going to do this line breeding is I'll be able to watch and see how they develop, and the fry will grow out in a separate tank so I can see what they look like. But that's still going to take 4 to 5 months just to see what the boys are going to look like.
Right. Yeah. You weren't in the stream. I guess, what stream was that, Pam? Was it yours? Your stream the other night that Jesse came in. You remember Jesse in Hawaii, of course.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was my stream. Yeah.
Oh, Jesse.
Yeah. Well, it made me think about. He was talking about what he was doing now. He's not selling any fish, but he's breeding. But he had the rounded or the short-tailed magenta guppies. But then I had accidentally, I didn't do anything, but I had a fish jump in with some other guppies. It was a magenta short-tailed, just like what he's breeding, but it got in with some American greens from Stephen Walter. Is that his name? I got those from Susan. Anyway, they started like the third generation making some really nice delta tail magentas. So they're all just alike now. I just kind of ignored them the last year, maybe 2 years, and they're all identical. And they're small males and big females. So I may try to get them going and maybe sell some or give some away to get them out there. They're pretty little guppies.
Yeah. Well, see, I've got two that I've been working kind of on my own that I think I might try as my fourth one. I've got a pink inler that I've been working on,
Ooh.
and I've got a iridescent guppy. So it's kind of like rainbow colored, but it's
Yeah.
not albino. And right now it's just beautiful because it looks kind of like if you'd look at a Congo tetra or something.
Yeah.
But the problem is the tails are ugly. The the tail is an ugly tail. I mean, the colors are amazing. I'm gonna rip this piece of paper so I can show you. Okay, picture. This is gonna be a real rough tail. Okay, so this is the guppy tail flowing, and you want a big fan. Well, mine are doing. I should probably do it like this. Mine are really coming down like this, so it's missing like the top corner of full filled in tail.
It's just not there, or it flops over.
It does. It does. It's not there,
Huh.
and they're all they've. I've had now. I'm probably on 5 generations. Still doing it.
That's not
So
even one of the standard tail shapes.
I know it's really ugly. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna see what I can mix it with, like take the boys and mix them with a big full delta tailed female and see if I don't because I don't want to lose that real pretty iridescence. So it's just a crazy. Hey there.
Jenny Lynn wants to know if we can order some fish from you.
Oh, I don't know. I gotta make more. I might have a whole bunch after tubbing season though. I think my Japanese blue tails are doing amazing outside. So I've got those. I've got well basically all the ones I was just saying are all outside doing pretty good. And then I also have the real pretty swordtails. I've got thousands of them, the swordtail guppies. But yeah, I got to figure out how to fill that tail in without changing the color of those boys. And it's not as easy as you'd think. You could just say, well, just get a platinum female with a big delta tail. She might be mixed with a red fish or guppy in the past.
Right.
And when that DNA hits, their offspring may all turn red or may all turn blue. So it's just so aggravating. I know what I did to get what I have, what I crossed. So at least I'm at that point. So yeah, I had their French tuxedos. They were French tuxedos that were purple and gold, or French champagne purple tuxedos. It was something like that. And then I mixed it with a white bar inler, or white cross inler. And after like 3 generations, they're popping out really neat now. So
Nice.
it's weird. They don't look either like that. Looks nothing like the originals on either side at all. Nothing.
That's always funny with people when you see them have a baby that doesn't look like either one of them, you know, a child.
Yeah.
Different
Stork brought the wrong
complexion.
fish.
Right.
But I mean, I have literally probably 50 of these males from several generations, you know, so they're producing consistently. It's just consistently ugly on the tail side.
Huh, that's weird.
Yep. I have the, is it Brian Chen? Brian Chen? There's this great DNA guppy geneticist. He's got a book. It cost me $50 to buy the book, and it really helped me learn how to do the different colorations and stuff.
Yeah.
But man, the tail is so difficult. I don't know how I'm gonna do it.
Well, that was the whole reason that I pursued and actually culled some the first few generations, was to get a delta tail magenta, because Jesse said there wasn't. I mean, he probably knew what he was talking about, and he bred the short tails or the rounded tails. But these just naturally, with that American Dream, started throwing delta tails. So
Yeah,
they're pretty.
if I could get any tail formation, I just want a real formation. It literally looks like somebody took a clipper and just chopped them all off.
But not one of them has a normal tail.
None of them have the top part on the bone that goes up to pull it all in. The bones aren't there.
I wonder if that would be considered a true genetic defect. And if it is, you're never going to breed that out of them, I don't think. Because it sounds like it's a dominant. But they all have it.
They are such a pretty fish. I mean, this is the tail. Normal tail, my tail.
What the hell? Have you talked to like a Doug Gray or somebody about it?
I haven't. Once I get the lining, my second room going, I'll take a lot of pictures and try to explain it. Maybe I'll even make videos or something with it.
Yeah.
And have people give suggestions, because you get a lot of great suggestions from people on your videos. They.
Yes. Jenny Lynn said it's only about 8 hours drive for her to pick up guppies. We love road trips.
Well, and if Aquaticon is in Chattanooga next year, it's something to think about. Or maybe I'm going to West Virginia to visit my niece. I've been there once now. I brought her a lazy boy.
I'm trying to get Ethan to put a couple of lazy boys in the store. One where my neighbors are going to watch that 700-gallon tank. He laughs every time I bring it up, and I'm serious. Now that they're putting the new flooring in tomorrow, it's the perfect time to install them.
I was hoping we could go to that not Japanese, is it Korean restaurant next door to him?
Yeah, it's Thai.
Or
Thai. You mentioned something about that, and I remembered that you mentioned it when I pulled in today. I thought about it.
But it's Thai dessert.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
I'm meeting my nephew Cole Wednesday at 12 for lunch. He can come over from his job, and we're going to the Thai restaurant here in Cleveland. So that'll be cool. And Ed Repticon is coming up Saturday. Well, actually Saturday and Sunday. But I'm going to try to go Saturday.
Larry D said he's checking to see how far Chattanooga is from Cincinnati. I think it's 5 hours.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. And Cincinnati next year is going to have a Triple Crown. Because originally they were going to have the Cichlets, whatever. And then, but now the ALAs sounds like they're going to join them, and the Achilles. So
saw that. Rick says the cuttlefish in Portland has a sofa in front of their tanks. I need to screenshot that for Ethan.
Well, speaking of Cleveland, there's a fish store in Cleveland that has couches in theirs.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, it is Ohio. It seems like it is Ohio, but it seems like it's Kentucky because it's right on the river. You hardly go into Ohio when you're there, but you have to go through a lot of Kentucky. It's kind of funny. Even though it's on the north side of the city. I think it's called, the fish store I think was called the Fish Galleria. I think it's something like that.
Hmm.
But it was cool.
They
They wanted to show you what it's like to have a living room with fish tanks.
Yeah. Boy, I could show them that, you know. There's nothing in here but fish tanks. No surface except a bookcase.
Do you have a couch?
Oh no, I got rid of that probably 5 years ago.
Oh my gosh, poor Bob. Do you ever sit on anything soft?
Nothing soft. I mean, I've got dining room chairs still in the dining room, and I've got this desk chair. But no, I don't have a soft chair here.
Oh my gosh, Bob.
I need a recliner. But I've got to move some of this stuff out before I can get it in here. The cups are chasing.
There's supposed to be some place in Cleveland that sells chairs from offices.
Yeah.
And I want to get one of those cushy little chairs that people, like secretaries sit on and stuff.
Oh, actually, I do have one of those standing chairs, those elevated chairs for my elevated desk, my standing desk. I forgot that one. That's the one that I pulled my pants off trying out in, what was the store, Pam? Staples?
Yeah, I remember that. That was funny.
Are you listening, Pam?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it Staples?
I think it was our Office Max. I think they're Staples now.
I sure did. I pulled my pants off stepping up on it. We are not home. We are. Do what now?
I just need to get a better chair than this one because my back's already getting sore.
Yeah.
And I gotta go 2 hours on Pam's tonight. That's my goal, is to at least get through 2 hours of soreness.
Wouldn't that be cool if we all had recliners on Pam's? That would be nice.
Well, I have a recliner in front of my TV in the other room, but
Can't stream
the
from
bad thing is, if you do a live stream from a recliner, you get a double chin, a huge double chin, because you lean back.
Yeah.
I don't need to show extra chins.
See you, Larry D. Have a
Hi,
good
Larry.
day. Somebody got cut. Who got cut, Craig? All right, jump down, Pranny. You're gonna growl. You gotta get out. 'Cause I don't know what you're growling at.
The guy that does Aquaticon, one of the big reasons why he didn't do Aquaticon this year was he suffered a major arm cut from a fish tank last year.
Wow.
And it took him like 6 or 8 months to recover from that. He almost bled out in the parking lot. One of his employees put pressure on his arm, but he cut it straight across right here. Cut his bicep, like I think, did he say 90% off?
Wow.
It was horrific. It was, poor guy. But he's lost a lot of weight. He's lost about 100 pounds.
I saw one of his videos the other day where he had the van somewhere. He had the big van somewhere. He was loading or unloading or something. I think it was North Carolina. I don't know.
Oh, cool.
Craig's daughter's got cut.
Oh, man.
Huh. I hope she's okay.
For a minute there, I thought I forgot to take my blood thickness check, but I did.
I started on insulin, Ed. The doctor said, no, we've fooled with you for 2 years. So I took my first dose last night. And I took half dose, what I was supposed to take. Nurses are the worst patients. So I'm going to go ahead and take the full dose tonight. It's just once a day at bedtime.
How does it make you feel?
I guess it's okay. I'm asleep when it kicks in. So I woke
Do you have
up.
to put it in your vein, or do you just put it in your skin?
Just in my skin, like in your thigh or your stomach or somewhere. And it's the needle's so tiny, you really can't hardly even feel it. It's even smaller than, they changed the Trulicity thing that I took once a week. It's not insulin, but it really helps your pancreas produce insulin. They came out with the next generation of that stuff, and my insurance actually approved it. So I started on that too last night. So hopefully I'll lose some weight and get my blood sugars down.
Well, I gave myself shots a few months ago
I
when
remember that.
my blood was like at a 5.
Yeah.
And I had to give myself shots in the tummy, and it didn't hurt. You couldn't hardly feel it. But one day I did it, and I think I hit a nerve because I could feel it that time.
Yeah.
But all the other times were fine. And my blood was at 5.0, which is, they said they were surprised that my gums weren't bleeding and I didn't have anal bleeding. My blood was so thin.
I remember that. Pam gave
That
you
was
a
when
hard
they messed up. Oh,
Pam,
it's when I
Pam
hurt my
gave you a hard
back.
time. Do you remember that? Pam gave you a hard time about anal bleeding.
Yeah, she likes to do that.
Yep.
It's hard enough have it, but I didn't. I guess my butt held up. But it was my normal doctor had messed up and gave me anti-inflammatories and steroids for my back because I was hurting so much, and they thin out your blood a whole bunch. So I was like taking almost 3 types of blood thinners at the same time. And it was the guy that's talking to me about the hernia on my chest, that surgeon. He was the one who saw it all and went, "Oh my God. How did your doctor do that?" But it was actually the nurse practitioner. I couldn't see my doctor.
Well,
But I did tell her I was on blood thinners, but I had no idea that the other stuff was a blood thinner.
when I was reading the directions about this stuff last night, it said, and it's an insulin pen, and you just dial the dosage and stick yourself like that. And I've never used one of those. The other stuff I use is just the whole syringe, the whole pen goes in, and you just throw it away. But this said don't put it back in the fridge, and I thought that doesn't make sense. If it's supposed to be in there all the time, always, why do you not put it back in after you start using it? So I put it back in the fridge till I could ask you about it Monday. I don't want to be squirting stuff in that's no good.
Yeah. My mom, is it called Ozempic?
Yeah. Ozempic.
She has like this pin, and I have to dial in her level, and it has 5 charges, and it goes and shoots into her. Like you can actually hear it for her diabetes.
There's something out about Ozempic right now. I can't remember if it's a lawsuit or something, but there's like a class action something about Ozempic. Now that you said that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. We might be coming into some money. Me just because of, best friend in the world ever and ever. Yeah.
I don't want to replace my mommy for any amount of money.
No. There's something about Ozempic though. If I find it, I'll look for it and see if it may be just something like if you take an Ozempic, then you can take this too. I don't know. When you're scanning things, it's easy to get something sorted out.
what happens to your body when people take insulin? Is it insulin that you're taking?
I mean, I'm taking insulin, but I'm taking something else that's replaced the Trulicity. It makes the
Okay,
pancreas work harder. So
what happens to people that are given insulin and then they didn't need it?
they're usually they bottom out. Their blood sugar gets really low, and it can be life-threatening.
See, like, because remember, they were doing that after I had my open heart surgery because they thought I was a diabetic.
I
And
remember.
it was just I wanted to eat, my last dinner was a whole lot of pastry. So my blood sugar was, I guess, terrible.
Yeah.
And after 3 days, she had given me the shot, and I didn't know what she was giving me. She did it every day, the first 3 days I was in the hospital. And she said, "Where do you normally give yourself your shot?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she said, "Your insulin shot." And I was like, "I'm not a diabetic." And she said, "You're not?" And she like ran out of the room, and they never gave me another shot.
Scared the nurse to death.
Well, I mean, they were giving me so many other things. So, oh well. Hey, I lived.
Huawei says that Ozempic causes hair loss and stomach problems. This has been educational for the chat because they're actually Googling things.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about the
Yeah,
hair loss.
I'm taking metformin too. And I was taking another form of metformin that had something else in it, but when I started the Trulicity, I went back just to metformin, so which is another one that stimulates your pancreas.
I always get metformin mixed up with warfarin.
Yeah, you can see now.
I don't take the metformin, but when people ask me what I'm taking, sometimes I accidentally say metformin instead of warfarin.
And then they say, "You're a diabetic," and run out of the room.
I'm like, no, I just look like one.
You do fit the classic, Ed.
Yeah.
You're the
I
right
wish
age,
this cat would jump up here.
right size,
The right age and the right size. And my mom's a diabetic.
familiar history. Sam, you
Now,
have diabetes in your family? Sam.
Pam, do you have any diabetics in your family?
Not in my immediate family. I had a couple uncles that died from it, but my father died from got lung cancer, and my mom just recently died from late stuff. So,
But an uncle counts. An uncle counts.
My older brother died from the virus, and my sister basically died from being an alcoholic. So, yeah.
See you, Craig.
My grandfather, though, my dad's dad, he was an alcoholic and died in Skid Row in Los Angeles. And I have read several times that they think that alcoholism and diabetes are related.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a link there, a connection. Now, when you think about it,
Like I said, I don't know if it's true or not, but I've read several articles claiming that people are related because it's the sugar and the alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a connection there for sure. George has got all kinds of piscobrama for everybody. Well, he told me, so I get first dibs. Yeah, he said, Taylor. George, what kind of a pistos do you have? I can't remember.
I bought an Impisto yesterday, too.
You did?
It was a sticker, though.
Oh, okay. People are having a lot of those stickers for sale, too.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. And Ethan had, what's his name, Dustin's plants. They look good. That's not.
Yeah.
who
Oh,
I got.
he said he's had Dustin's for years.
Yeah. He has.
Yep, pretty amazing. You know what? It's past 9.
Is it? I've been trying to.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah. Oh, we started 5 minutes late. I was watching how long
Okay.
we've been going. So we've been going an hour and 5 minutes or so. Worm, you're supposed to be the timekeeper. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'll see you two about 11 in a couple
Okay.
hours. And Huawei will
Yep,
see
I'll
you
be
over
setting
there.
up my screen pretty quick here.
All right. Well, thanks, guys, for coming and hanging out with me, Ed and Pam. Always a pleasure. And thanks, Huawei, and thanks everybody in the chat. And hope to see y'all at Pam's in a little while. Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Supposed to wave, Worm.